Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? It's Wednesday. So it is time for LinkedIn Live. Sorry, I'm getting my screen situated here. How's everybody feeling today? I hope you're doing well. Ooh, it is April showers up in New York City. I think all week long we're getting rain, and so I have to just channel my energy for you know, like I need more. I need some sun. Ah, but that's all right. We are trying to get it together and be here and connect and see what's popping. Okay. So I'm excited about the conversation today because I know the headline hit some of y'all in the throat. And you were like, wait a minute. Is it me? Is it me? So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. So if you're here joining me live, definitely pop in the comments and say hello. And if you're catching on the replay, drop replay in because we want to know that too. All right. Because today we are talking about your suits and how they might be making you look young or old. Okay. So some of y'all might be like, okay, Nana, what are you even talking about here? And I think there is this idea, and there can sometimes be this pressure, and not even I know and have seen and have conversations with women about it, about just this pressure to be, feel, and look professional. And along with that pressure of being and looking and feeling professional can come, this sometimes an anxiety, sometimes just a default to what you think that is and what that looks like. Obviously, in our case, we are talking about our clothing and our style. But I do want to preface this by saying that, your professionalism is beyond just what you wear. You know what I'm saying? Beyond just what you wear. Okay. So your professionalism is connected to more than just your appearance. It's connected to your behavior. It's connected to your communication, right? It's connected to your work. It's connected to your relationships with your teams, right? Like there is much more. Professionalism is not a one size fits all thing. There's so much more to it. Okay. And if you don't know, we're going to have to table that for a whole other conversation. Hey, Portia. I know Ebony was cracking up the title. Hilarious. So we'll want you to understand that, right? And when we talk even about just like image and the ABCs of image, which I've chatted about before, that includes your appearance, your behavior, your communication. And when you talk about all of them together, including your work, etc., but especially when you're talking about your image, that's when you really get into your professional identity, like what you do well, what you are known for, what makes you stand out from everybody else as the top boss. You understand? You understand. Okay. So that being said, when you think about your clothes, your wardrobe, what you're wearing every day, and how those things make you feel, you, of course, are going to be thinking about, well, how does this support my professional image? How does this support my professional identity? How does this support my career growth, my career success? And hopefully you are asking yourself a question of, how does this reflect me? And that's probably a question that you don't ask yourself too often, but you really need to consider. So there's a lot of pressure to understand, how can I be professional? How can I look professional in my work wardrobe? Because that's what I want to accomplish. That's my main goal. And when you're thinking solely about that, sometimes you can get into this trap of dressing too young or too old for than what you really are, than the current age you are. Okay. So this is interesting because in some cases, sometimes we have different goals, right? We all have different goals. But hey Anika, okay, come pull up. Lifelong suit wear. In some cases, some women might be maybe they are in their 20s, they're in their 30s, right? And I'll go for women in their 20s. Let's go in the 20s bracket, right? And maybe even early 30s, maybe early 30s. And you might present as young, like your entire life people have told you you have a baby face, right? And it's so funny because they say that to you then, but trust me, at 50, when you in 60, when you looking like that fresh 30, you're gonna be like, whatever. Okay. But maybe currently now it is a little irritating to you, right? And it is something that bothers you, and that's okay, right? And that is something that people call to your attention because they say, oh, you look so young. Oh, wow. Maybe they mistake you for being the assistant in the room when you are not. Okay, maybe you are the lead of the project. Okay, but they see you as young, and so you think to yourself, okay, I really want to assert myself, and I want to do my best to present in all ways that I am older, more mature than what I look like. So you presume to make some decisions about what you're going to wear. And here's where you might be doing some things that are working for you, and here's where you might be doing some things that are not. Okay. Um, in a lot of instances, some of those interns on the Hill look 20 years older in those ill-fitting suits. Talk about it, because that's a great segue, Portia. So one of the biggest things, I'm probably talking about 4 different areas here where I see folks making decisions about their suits that it doesn't keep them modern. It doesn't keep them in a great look at the age that they are in that supports them professionally. It actually can hinder them or put them in a negative light and not have the impact that they actually desire for themselves. And, one of those biggest spaces is 100% fit, especially when it comes to women. In that scenario that I was just breaking down about that young, late 20, early 30 something year old woman. And if it's you, that's okay. You might not be able to drop a me in the chat, but that's all right. We gonna talk it out. Okay. Like, you might be feeling like, man, I'm tired of people always mistaking me for being younger than what I am, for being an intern when I am not, right? I'm actually the manager, senior manager on this project, et cetera, et cetera. So you begin to wear suits that are a little more boxy for your shape, right? You begin to wear things that might be potentially even a little bit slightly oversized, just slightly, but especially boxy. And you might be doing this because you are leaning towards getting your guidance from your male counterparts. And you are looking at the men wearing more boxy, traditional navy suits, gray suits. And you're like, I'm going to follow suit and, align with that way of dressing, because they don't have that issue. Right? You're like, nobody mistakes Brian. Everybody thinks that he's the lead, but not me. There's many reasons why people think Brian is lead, not you, but we're not going to dive into all that right now. Okay. But just from a wardrobe perspective, you are beginning to take your inspiration from your male counterparts, and that's a no-no. Okay, that's a no-no. Okay, you are a woman. like that you want to, and especially too, if you want to also remain and connect with your femininity and present as such, right? Like you are connected to yourself being a woman and you're like, that is how I want to be in this workplace. Okay. You do not have to adopt a more male or more masculine image in order to be seen as presenting as more professional or looking more mature. That is not necessary. All right. So if you feel pulled to get those boxy suits, okay, and we're gonna, and I'm probably going like tackle a few things all in this one little bucket right here because there's so many things. But the fit is one of the most important, like the boxy nature of the suit. And the other piece that comes in direct alignment with that boxy fit of the suit is the cut. And that cut is often, again, it's boxy because that goes to the fitting, and as well, like a single button blazer, right? Single button. Your classic single button. Sometimes it might be a double button. It might be a two button situation. Not double breasted, but just two buttons down the center. So this is it. It's either single or double centered button down the center. And that is what you have in all of your suits in all neutral colors, in a bunch of navies, in a bunch of grays and blacks, and that's in khaki, and that's your go-to, right? And this, again, this can really make you look older than what you are, but not in the way that you intend to. You want to be seen as mature, not older, okay? Like because maturity doesn't always come with age. Okay? And so it's not the answer, the solution is not that, oh, I just need to dress older than what I am, or I need to dress more masculine in order to achieve the goal. That's not the answer. Okay. Like the real answer is you need to make sure that that suit fits your body well. Like, not enough people focus on the fit of a suit, the tailoring of a blazer and the tailoring of that pant or that skirt. If you take nothing else away from this live, understand that if you are just buying your blazers, your suits off the rack, you go to the store, you order online, you buy it, and when you put it on, you can visibly see that the sleeve is too long, it's coming down to almost hitting your knuckles, that you've got extra room in the arms, that the hem is too long, that it's too big in the waist. If it is ill-fitting, if especially when it is oversized, it is making you even look more young than what you are. Okay? Portia, it's giving VP sister Kamala. They threw all her suits out the window after she got to the White House. Yes, they did. And that's a really good example. Because Kamala was wearing a lot of suits that were really boxy on her shape. So boxy. And every now and then she still wears some stuff that I'll be like, this is boxy. But that's the thing, especially in her position, right? In politics, vice president of the US, you want to be on the same level as your peers who are all predominantly male and predominantly white. And as the one woman of color in the bunch, you are like, I don't want anybody going around the room looking at me and having any second guesses of my ability, because they're already second guessing me because of my gender. Listen, if it's real and you know it, initial situation, drop a reel up in the comments, okay? And if you can't because you in the workspace, it's all right. I feel your testimony, all right? Like, it's just very real. It's a very real experience for women, a very real experience for women of color. Okay. And so what you saw her do is wear mostly boxy, oversized suits. And the other reason that women do this oftentimes, and this is getting into some other dynamics and spaces, but we often feel like, well, let me hide my shape because that is going to help me look more mature and help me to present as more professional because you won't see anything related to my shape. I'm just going to keep it boxy. You're going to think I am 100% serious and very good at my job. It's not true. It's just not. Okay. It's not true. You want to focus on well fitted pieces. Okay. All right. Hey, Ebony. Okay. You want to focus on well fitted pieces, right? So allow yourself to really understand how things should fit on your body. Like, this is 100% key. Okay, 100%. Yes, too many people are up in here just trying to hide their shape. And you're doing that intentionally. I mean, this is like last week we talked about gaining weight and a lot of those different elements, which could also be playing a role too, and why you feel like you are hiding your shape behind your suits. Okay. But the other space in there is oftentimes you often want to hide your femininity. And it's just mind-boggling to me because you tend to think that like professional equals more is more male dominated. And so I need to like tap into my masculine energy because I need to be taken seriously because I'm tired of people thinking I'm the intern. Like, you don't have to dress like a man to be professional. It doesn't have to be that. And suits are not all created equal. Okay. The blessing and the beauty of a suit comes in the structured elements of the shoulders, the clean lines through the sleeve, like the sharpness and crispness of the buttons, of the zipper details, like those are the things of the way that it really flatters the body shape by adding those vertical line details that help us look at you from head to toe. Those are the details that a great suit does. Okay. I legit could just talk about fit the entire time and how folks just get it so wrong with fit, and that especially these boxy situations, Lord child, like how this just makes you look like your grandmama. Like, we just gonna put it out there. Okay. It literally be Asian people 10, 20 years because they are wearing oversized blazers. I mean, I see it. You just walk in and the hem is about to hit your knuckles. And I just be like, sis, I'm like, if you weren't able to get it tailored, like, at least roll that sleeve. You gotta roll that sleeve up. Like, you really do. Okay. Because it's just so ill-fitting. It looks like you're wearing your big sister suit. And so you already look younger in that scenario than what you are. So it's defeating the purpose, and the other space of this too is that when you really understand how important fit is to your suits, this differentiates you in how you present yourself in the workplace, because it shows that you understand the importance of having a tailor or a seamstress and spending that additional money to get your stuff tailored so it fits you well. That's a big differentiator. That's when you go from just like, oh, I'm just buying whatever and I'm just doing the status quo, to I'm actually creating a personal brand and I'm actually building something long term around how you are going to feel about me and what you're going to know about me in terms of who I am, my values, my skill set, and my overall image. Like, you get in the driver's seat of your career. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. You could just be in the back seat, just like, well, I'm just going to go here and wherever opportunities they open up. But when you actually start to care and start to invest in yourself, and you're like, no, let me get up in this driver's seat because I want that opportunity and I don't want that one. I want this one over here. You're beginning to position yourself for these things. And that looks like making different investments in your personal and professional development. Okay. Okay. Listen. Okay. Um, Ebony said, just like a man in a well-designed suit looks great, the structure does matter. The same goes for us. Yep, tailoring is 100% key. The knuckles, yes. If 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 the hem is hitting your knuckles, sis, and if and this goes, we could talk about styling all day, but I'm not getting into the folks who are like doing oversized blazers in a really funky way, because if that's you and that's your bag and you know what you're doing, you good. We ain't chatting with you. We chatting with some other folks. Okay. Nika, come on with them boxy situations in your closet. We purging them, or we getting those things tailored. Okay. Okay, we accept the nomination to give a workshop to all the interns on the Hill because I'm speaking to them. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, it is the same thing, like tailoring, and I don't know if that's something that it's actually an interesting question. I don't know if women can sometimes think that getting their suits tailoring is something that is exclusive for men, or something that, is more just a practice for men, especially when it comes to suits. Sometimes you might think, oh, my dresses and things of that nature. No, sis, everything, like everything. It doesn't matter. Like, you really want things to fit your body well, but especially your suits. Okay. And so you want to make sure that that fit is going to be flattering to your body shape. Like, it is okay to wear pants and you are able to see the silhouette of your body. It's okay. It's okay. And when you are working with a tailor or a seamstress who knows what they're doing, and you are able to present them with guidance because you also know what fit works well for you, then you're able to you're able to give guidance and know the kind of fit that you desire, so that it's not too loose and it's not too tight. Not too tight. Okay. Which gets into the other space of when you can have suits that make you look too young. And that's when them suckers be too tight. I had to sing on that one. When they are too snug, okay, it is so ill-fitting and it is not a good look for you, sis. Okay. When your suit pants are so snug on the booty, sis, those pants are no longer for the office. Those are for the weekend. Okay, those are for going out with the girls. Like, it's no longer for the office because it's too snug, too tight. Okay, if I'm seeing all the panty lines, it's too tight. Okay, like, there's a very thin line between seeing the silhouette of your shape versus things being too tight around the thighs. Okay, being too tight, especially the thighs, the booties, like the bust, right? Like, those are the spaces where you have the most, where those are the spaces where you might gain the most weight, right? Or where your weight might sit the most. So you need more room in those areas. It might be in your sleeves, whatever it is. You want to make sure that you have enough room going around those areas of your body. You don't want to just be getting into it. Like, if it's just getting in and if you raise your hand, it's over. Sis, you got to let that blazer go. Okay. Like, that suit is not going to work for you anymore. Okay. Because it is literally making you look younger than what you are. Okay. Are edges getting snatched? Well, we just gonna keep it real Wednesday over here. What Portia said, even when they wear suits to the game and show off their tunnel looks. Oh my gosh, y'all's cracking me up in the chat. Oh, I'm rolling. Listen, Listen, okay? Look, and I love the chat conversation that's happening right now about the appreciation for men when their suiting looks on point. From the on screen to the athletes. Like, we listen, when you see that man, you are like, he looks sophisticated, suave. Like, my man is doing it. Okay. Like, there's the fit is so good. The fit on the body is so on point, right? Like, that's just one of the major ingredients, right? The cut emphasizes and accentuates parts of the body very well, very tastefully. Nothing's too super tight, nothing's too crazy loose. It's just like the fabric is just draping against the silhouette of the body. Okay. And when I say silhouette of the body, that's the outer element of your body, right? So that's the outer element of your body, from your shoulders through your arms, in through your waist, down around your hips, through your legs. Okay. It's the outside line. So that's where the garment falls, right? And so that's where you want to be looking to see, like, how is the garment falling on my body? And if it's feeling too tight, it's looking too tight. Okay. So really, really, really give serious consideration to fit. And if you are wearing things too boxy or too form fitting, it's making you look younger or older than what you are, guaranteed. And it's not helping you out. Okay. Okay. I can't even hold the punches back today, y'all. We just keeping it real. This is the keep it real session. This is the session where I'm just going to tell you the stuff that maybe people ain't never told you, but you really need to know. And you need to be like asking yourself some questions next time you put something on. That's it. Because if you want the promotion, you got to start making some better investments in your wardrobe. Okay? Because you're positioning yourself as a leader. And guess what? Leaders take pride in their appearance. They take pride in how they show up. They do. Okay? And I'm telling you, buying a suit off the rack, you might go to your neighborhood Macy's, buy that suit off the rack, and tell you, even a lot of Macy's will do tailoring for you, or take it to a tailor that you know in your neighborhood and spend the additional 30, 40, 50 bucks and get the suit tailored. Okay? You are so welcome. So another space that could be making your suits look old is quality. The quality of the suit. And the quality of the suit really is connected to the timing of the suit. When you got the suit, my dear. The when. Okay. So there can sometimes be a thin line between classic and outdated. Okay. Between like, oh, this is giving vintage, and no, it's giving old. Woo! I'll tell y'all, this is just keeping it real. Okay. It's a very thin line. Sometimes people like, I'm doing this vintage thing, and I'm like, that's not how that's coming off. Like, I know that that is your intention, but it's not coming off as vintage. It's coming off as old. Is giving old auntie vibe, not rich plush auntie vibes. Not that one. Is giving old Ben Gay auntie vibes. It's giving old Ben Gay grandma auntie vibes. Oh my gosh. Y'all know it's a good one. I'm cracking up at myself because my jokes be hit. Ooh. So listen, the quality of the pieces, y'all. I cannot stress this enough. Like, you have got to start looking at the quality of the fabrics and start to make a point of investing at the higher end of what is within your budget for your suits. Like, stop going for cheaps are us. Just stop it. Stop going for cheaps are us. Just stop. It's not about being able to say, oh, I have, like, 5 suits, or I have 10 suits, and it's great. It's not the quality you want. It's not the quantity. You want the quality. You really do. It's better to have like 3 amazing high fabric, great quality fabric, you know, like suits that fit you well in your closet that you can wear together as a suit, wear the matching pieces and then break up, right? Take a blazer from one with pants from another, or wear a blazer with, a dress like that you can easily mix and match. That's what you want to go for. Okay. So go for quality and make that investment over just going for the fast fashion, or just going for the same places because you're like, well, it's on sale. Ooh, yes. Oh, yes, it's a buy one get one free on ASOS, and these suits is going to be hidden. They might be hidden, but they might not be the suit that's going to align to help you get to your career goals, because it's still making you look young because it's too tight. Just saying. Think about it. Think about it. Okay. So you want to go for great quality. All right. And when you're looking at quality, that's looking at the fabrics. Okay. Going for better quality fabrics, y'all. Like, get into some cotton, get into some wool, some tweeds. Go for more, natural fibers and natural fabrics. Leave the polyester alone. Just leave the polyester alone. If something does have some polyester in it, that's okay, because a lot of things do have polyester in it because it's a man-made fabric and it just is what it is. Okay. Or it might like have rayon or other fabrics that are like a mix of being man-made, and then maybe they have some other natural fibers in them as well. Not going to get all deep, super deep up in the fabrics department. But what I will say is, you want to be taking some time to look at the label in your suiting and look at the ingredients of the fabrics. Is it 100% cotton, 100% wool? Is it a blend? Is it 60% cotton and 40% polyester? Okay, we've got more cotton quality in here. All right, based on my price point for what's in my budget, this is a good buy for me. This is a great option. Okay. Yeah, Portia, that's a really great note that people sometimes think tailoring is more expensive than what it is. That's true. Like, again, I think a lot of this that I run into with folks when it comes to like style in wardrobe is that you do think everything is so more expensive than what it actually is. Like, Nana, to get a great quality suit, I gotta get Balmain, or I gotta get that Sergio Hudson. Now, we love a good Sergio Hudson suit, okay, but if you don't have Sergio Hudson money, like, it's all right. Like, if your price point and the style and the personality that you have is more aligned with Ann Taylor, that is okay. But the thing you want to focus on is making sure that you are being modern and current and shopping at Ann Taylor today, and not Ann Taylor from 10 years ago. Understand the difference. Okay. If you've got suits in your closet that are from Ann Taylor from 10 plus years ago, maybe even 5, 6, 7 years ago, they're not always going to be 100% classic and up to date. They might be out of date in terms of the styles, especially if they're just all a single button cut. Like, that can get old and played very quickly. So how are you making the suit your own? Okay. I'm throwing out some other elements up in here too for y'all, but like, really making a suit your own is so important. And this speaks to a question I was raising at the top of this live today is, asking yourself, like, how am I bringing my personality to this suit? Like, how am I bringing my personality to this outfit? You have to ask yourself this. It has to just be more than, oh, I'm just going, We all just doing navy suits, so I'm just gonna get a navy suit too. You're just looking and dressing like everybody else. It's so played. It's so played. I'm sorry, but it's so played. All right. Like if you actually do want to assert a leadership position and you are looking to create your own brand and be authentic and be unique and set yourself apart, do something different. Do something that is you, right? Like step out of the box, like really create a path for yourself that is unique. People respond to you doing things that are genuinely aligned with your talents, your skills, and your personality. People can tell when things are genuine. Okay. And what's most important is that you know it's a genuine representation of you. So it's going to come off well. So if you love femininity, great. So then you might be wanting to get some of your suits in some soft pinks or soft purples, right? Because you love feminine colors. Amazing. Enjoy your life. You don't have to get everything in stark, harsh, I shouldn't say harsh, but in really dark, deep colors if that doesn't align with you. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. That's right. Labels matter, fabrics matter. A nigga, we all in your business. It's okay. It's all right. A nigga said I have a suit that my husband gave me in the year 2000. I haven't worn in years. Just saying, I ain't keeping it for nostalgia. I understand nostalgia. And I also understand that 24 years of having that suit, this would be an amazing time to replace it with something that is modern, current, and reflects your style now. Like, this is another thing around how suits can make you look young or old, because the 2000 Anika Davis is not the 2024 Anika Davis. And that's for everybody. Fill in the blank for your name, okay? Because the person you were 20 years ago, 25 years ago, you are not her now. You have evolved, you have learned, you have lived. And so you have matured, right? So you don't want to do yourself a disservice by holding on to things simply because of an emotional attachment to a garment. No. No. And let me tell you, your husband's going to understand. And he'll say, baby, thank you for giving me this suit, but I got to let this go because I need to just really embrace and get something different. Okay? Come on. Come on. And I know this, hubby's going to be like, all right, well, what you feeling? Show me what you're trying to get. Okay? And you're going to be like, well, let me show you my mood board. Okay? That's going to be that conversation, right? Come on. 2008 Ebony isn't 2024 Ebony. Let's go. Like, if you really know that you are evolving and growing, you already know the identity of yourself 20 plus years ago is not who you are today. So why would you be wearing all of the same things? Ooh, Casper, child, don't let me break down these brands. The Caspers, listen, the Alfanis, all of those Macy's brands, like those brands aren't bad, but they are not helpful when they are outdated from the 90s, from the 2000s. No, sis. No, sis, no. No, sis, no. You got to let those things go. They got to go, because this is getting into a quality space. This is also getting into a styling space. You want to be modern and fresh. You want to be now and current and vibe with who you are and also who you're evolving into. Why are you so attached to who you were before? Why? Let those pieces go. Okay? Let them go. Free yourself from the emotional attachment. Okay? Listen, even if that style may come back and you might be able to restyle it in a way that fits Ebony, that's 100% true. That can definitely happen with some styles. But I think the caution is if that's the logic that you're using to justify every choice for why something should remain in your closet, then you're just fooling yourself. then you're just saying things just to keep everything. Love you. Tough love today. Okay. Is the truth. It's just the truth. We just say, you just saying those things. You're like, oh, well, this might come back and stop, because you know styles, because I've heard it. Okay. I have been up in the closet and you, Nana, this might come back and stop. I'm like, yeah, it might. But that doesn't mean that you need 5 of them. So which is the one you want to keep? And like, let that piece go. Let it go. Right? Because I guarantee you, you'll be able to get something else, and you can make a better investment. Okay, I think there's always a better investment that you can make. Like, all your best investments are not behind you. Like, they're not all like, oh, everything that's great is in my closet now, and I bought it, and that's it. Like, no, there are so many more investments that you could be making, so many different alterations, so many different ways you could be styling things to just elevate your style. Like, that is the mission. Like, we want to elevate things. We want you to be elevated. All right. This edges been snatched. Edges are gone. I mean, it's okay. It's midweek. It'll grow back. Oh my gosh, I love y'all. Anika Ebony, you know I love y'all. But I'm gonna keep it real. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not gonna tell you the nice thing that's like the things that people don't tell folks. Okay. That's not what we're doing today. We be talking about the suits, all right? And we're talking about why we need to get them altered, why we need to get better quality, why you need to let go of the ones from the 90s and the 2000s. Okay. Last couple of bits. Come on. Okay. And I say this person is LinkedIn user. Sorry, I cannot see your name on StreamYard. Says, I like to go through my closet and purge if I haven't worn it in 6 months from the date of my last purge. Well, come on. She says she keeping hers super fresh, super fresh. Okay. I love that. Okay. Even you can give yourself a year. Okay. Because sometimes, in some cases, 6 months might not be enough, depending on the season, because it might just be a weather thing, and like you might not have gotten to the item. So you could give yourself a year of like, have I worn this? But I'm telling you, if you're going through your suits and you're thinking, when was the last time I wore this, and you can't recall or remember, you got 2 options. You're donating it, or you immediately need to identify when the next time is you're going to wear it and how you're styling it, and you need to wear it. And you need to wear it like that month. You need to wear it within 30 days. I'm gonna give you 30 days to wear it. If you don't wear it in 30 days, it's not getting worn. Because within 30 days, working wise, yeah, you should have a reason to wear your suit. If not fully together, definitely broken up as separates. And this is also another styling piece here on the suit tip. Like, you don't always have to wear every suit matching. Okay. I know the whole definition of a suit is that it matches, right? Same material, cut, style for the blazer or the jacket as the pant or the skirt. Same on top and bottom, right? You might buy it that way, and you might rock it like that because it's on point and it's fire. But also allow yourself to break it up. Take the jacket and wear it with a different pant. Take the skirt and wear it with a different blouse and a duster or a sweater. Like, mix it up. Okay. Oftentimes, like when I'm working with my clients and I'm like, okay, we're going to get you some suits. Like, I'm looking at their entire wardrobe and identifying what cut of the suit, what color of the suit is going to be best, so that they can mix and match with other pieces in their closet. Right? Well, I mean, that's the benefit of having a stylist, because I'm going to be able to look for those kinds of things, because I'm looking at the color palette of your whole wardrobe and saying, okay, these are the best colors for what you'll be able to mix and match. And the most importantly, the best cuts. So that if you wanted to wear it with high-waisted pant, A-line skirt, pencil skirt, sheath dress, you can easily boop, 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 work it through. All right. You can easily mix and match, because that's also the other benefit of the suit. Like, it's easy, right? You don't have to think about it, right? You just wear the set and you keep it pushing. But you want to also know how you can mix things up and change things up, especially as you begin to think about how you're bringing your personality to your wardrobe. Okay. So, last piece I'll share with you. We talked a bit about styling, but other piece is just color and fading colors. Like, when colors are looking super faded, y'all, like when the black was crispy and jet black and now it's looking more like a charcoal gray. Like, when stuff starts getting faded in the colors, like, this is connected to the quality piece, but especially in different places, right? Like in the elbows, underarms, like the hem of the pant, like along the seams. Like, you want to look at those details, okay? Because suits, it's funny, like, suits can be a little unforgiving in certain cases, because like, you're focused in on it. It's one, color story that's being told from head to toe. So the quality really needs to be on point and the colors need to be on point and all the details. So look at the colors of things, okay? Especially when it comes to those blacks and grays and navies, all right? Now, y'all know most of the time I'm gonna hit you with the black, the gray, and the navy and say, that's cool, do more. Okay. That's basically my big message around that. All right. It's totally fine. Like, black, navy, a gray, it's totally fine to have those color suits in your wardrobe. But when you have only that, that's when I'm going to say no. That's what I'm going to say no. That's what I'm going to say no. You can do more. You can do more. You can evolve, because that's also dating you as well in many cases. And also too, it's just keeping you boxed in. Okay. It's keeping you boxed in. It's keeping you a bit simplistic too in some cases. All right. And that's not supporting your ultimate career goals. All right. So, you know, I'm glad some edges were got in this conversation, because something just had to be said around these suits, y'all. Like, the boxy nature of the suits, the quality. There might even be, some particular brands that you have and you're like, oh, well, I only buy these suits. Like Ebony mentioned, Casper suits. Like, yes, okay. I understand. You go to Macy's, that you've got the Caspers, the Alfanis, you're like, I'm just fitting to get this one because it's black and classic. Or maybe you ask a saleswoman and she's like, yes, we have a great line of Casper suits. Listen, sis, a lot of those Casper suits are going to have you looking older than you prefer to look. I'm just going to keep it 100% real. All right. A lot of times. Okay. Especially too when you buy some of them together. Sometimes the fit ain't always fitting. It can definitely make you look and present older than what you are. And I think that's just like something that's been associated with a suit, in terms of it making you feel like mature and professional, and there being like, that is somehow like attached to an age. And it's like, that's nonsense. I mean, it really is. Like, a suit is crisp. It's well tailored. It has great accents and details, great buttons, great zippers, okay? Maybe great exposed seams, a great cut. It might be double-breasted. It might be an open lapel. Come on through, okay? Like, there's so many ways. It might be a wrap style cut jacket. You might be doing a straight leg, might be more boot cut. You might be doing wide leg. It might be a high-waisted pant, high-waisted skirt. There are so many different styles to a suit. And if you have the same type of cut in your closet and everything is single button and straight leg, you should broaden your horizons and really start to look at some other styles, because that can keep you dated. That can also make you look younger or older than what you are, because you have the exact same style. And this is especially true if that style is not the best cut for your shape. You want to be certain that that's the best cut for your shape. Okay. And if you're not, and you're just getting that cut because that's what you see everybody else wearing, let this be the gut check. Okay. So let me just check in my LinkedIn on my phone, because sometimes on StreamYard I can't see all the comments, but hopefully I've seen them all coming up in throughs. Yes, thank you, Benita, for the comment about your purging techniques. I hope people take note. Okay, I see you, Dr. Michelle, saying be selective as you evolve. 100%. Like you need to hone in on those styling, on those styling preferences that you have, right? Like you really want to get clear on what your style is. Come on. Tanya said First Lady Obama broke all the rules and set new style trends. 100%. Okay. Sis was like, let your arms be seen. It's okay to wear the sheath dress, and you don't have to always wear a blazer over top. It's cool. It's really cool. Okay. Like there are so many different ways to think about your suits, and really just thinking about your suit in a different way. What can I wear that fits me well? That's a great cut for my shape, in a great color, and it might be in a matching set. That might look like a suit. It might look like something else. It might look like a vest and a pair of pants. It might look like a duster and a pant. You know, it might look like a matching blouse and skirt. It might look like something else for you. And that is okay. Because if it is very authentic to your style and where your style is now and reflective of who you are now, then it's going to be on point. It's going to be fly, because it's going to give you confidence, which is the key. Okay. It's going to give you confidence. All right. Ebony said Castro was fly back in the day. And then she also shared, right, that even Casper and most brands are updating their styling too. This is true. You know, the Ann Taylors of the world, folks are updating their styling options. And so that's why it's really important to check yourself if you have the styles that are from the old days, right? Like if your joint is like, I had the joint for 10 years, 20 years. That's not current. That's not current. What's the quality? How them colors looking? Right? What are the button details looking like? How's the fit? Like when you walk in, and even if you think like you have a great collection of suits, do some window shopping. Go into your stores and check out the suits. Like I think going into a department store is always a great look. You might be going into a Macy's and checking things out, but go in spaces that you don't normally go to. All right. So if you go into Macy's and you're only looking at Casper, say no. I was just in Macy's the other day. I was looking at DKNY, some really dope suiting options over there. All right. So like, and there's Calvin Klein. Okay. There's all kinds of brands. All right. Go into your Saks Fifth Avenue. Go and check out the suiting of a Chanel suit. Go to an MM LaFleur boutique and check out the suiting there. Go to the Ann Taylor and check out the suiting. Like go out of your comfort zone and go try on some different suits and see what you're feeling. And then make your notes. And then you might make some purchases. Okay. Or you might be like, all right, you know what? I'm actually liking MM LaFleur. That might be a brand that I want to get into. Okay. Or I like a little DKNY. But if you don't branch out, you won't know. And you'll keep making the same bad habits and you'll keep learning the same things. And you're just going to be in the same suit rut. Okay. And we're trying to evolve out of that. All right. So I wanted to just take some time and share with y'all some of the things that I have been hearing and sharing from different women that I've worked with around suits. And really just hopefully this is just the wake up call you needed. And you're like, okay, Nana, okay, I'm gonna let them boxy suits go. I am going to do some experimenting with some new brands. I'm going to do some quality checks. Yes, Yolanda, I have heard of Sumisora. I have not tried them personally. I had one client try their jacket and she did like it. But I haven't done a lot of their suiting. But I have heard some pretty good things, and they have some really interesting designs, really unique colors, like very, very cool pieces. But stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a post. I think this is coming this week, where I'm going to be dropping some of my favorite brands so that you all can get some suit ideas. So I'll be sharing that in the upcoming days. I think that's on Friday, but don't hold me to it. But basically, I will be sharing some of the brands that I shop at for suits for my clients. So stay tuned for that to get some more recommendations there. So glad this was helpful, Anika. Definitely, if you caught this live, drop in the comments. Let me know your takeaway. Let me know your next steps of what you will or won't be doing anymore when it comes to your suit game. And as always, drop me a DM if you're like, okay, I don't want everybody knowing my business out here in these streets and that I need to really up my suit game. Drop a DM. It's all to the good, okay? Yes, definitely Google MM LaFleur. It's a popular brand here in New York. But again, I'm going to share some other brands with you all in a post. And if you know that this is a season for you to really up your game, perhaps in the suiting space, but perhaps just in your overall workwear, you're just really looking in that closet and you are like, I have so many things in here that are from the 90s, the 2000s, and that was just a different identity. That was a different person. I'm not the same woman. I have evolved. My career goals have changed. Like I am just coming out into my boss mode moment. Like this is it. And you really want your wardrobe to reflect it. Definitely send me a DM. I want to invite you to have a conversation with me. We'll have a call and talk about what some of those goals are that you might have for your career and what you want to do to help your wardrobe give you the confidence to show up in these streets. Okay. And so if you know that's you, definitely send me a DM and let's have a conversation and I can share with you my signature program called the Style Elevation Experience, which is all about helping busy, dynamic boss women go from being unnoticed to unmissable with their style. So that might be a great solution for you. DM me to learn more about that. All right, y'all. Have a fabulous rest of your Wednesday. I will see you next week. Peace.